All right, guys. I go by TD Price on Facebook. So today we're going to talk about two different methods. One method is going to be the original Blacks BBQ brisket method, where you smoke your brisket for 6 to 8 hours, depending on the size, put it in the refrigerator for 24 to 48 hours, and then you throw it back on, whether you do it for 24 or 48 hours, put it back on, and then you cook it until probe tender. So with that, I thought, okay, my brisket fat has been kind of slacking, honestly, and I want to make that better, right? So how do you make that better? You got to experiment. So I started the smoker off at 300 to 325. I set an alarm. If it goes over 325, depending on the range, whether it's 5-10 degrees, I'll come out and adjust some stuff. So that's what I did. So we're at the 3.5 hour mark on our 11-12 pound brisket. So I'll show you guys what the brisket is looking like. The bark is starting to get to that point where it's starting to set. I've already changed the brisket around from the point, which was more towards the fire side, and I decided to change it to where now that the came back. 3-0 decided that she wanted to be in the video as well. So, like I said, I'll show you guys the brisket. Like I said, we're at the 3.5 hour mark, and we're gonna go from there. My tuning plates, people ask me about the tuning plates. So the three that is on this side are close together, and then you have the last two, because you come with 5 with the mini slinger. It's probably about a good 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, give or take. And with that, I've found success when it comes to building that bark because of airflow. You need airflow when it comes to brisket bark. If you don't have airflow, you're not really gonna get that brisket bark that you're really looking for, okay? Got these two side dampers, closed, vents, dampers, whatever you want to call it. And then the two on this side, I have it completely wide open. I just added a split. I was going for about 40 minutes, had to run to the store. The entire time it was running from 250 to 230. Added another split in there, open up the vent down here to get some airflow. And right now, we're cruising about 225, and I'm okay with that because I'm gonna slow this cook down to really continue the fat rendering, okay? And I don't want to cook it too fast because I'm ideally trying to get the 4.5 hour, maybe 5 hour mark before I have to pull it. All right, let's go. Sorry, I got a code. So as you see, about 225. Probably going to be different when it comes to my probe placement in here. As you can see down there, I have the you see some fire picking through the actual tuning plates. Here's my brisket right now. I got some foil on it here because I started getting some pooling due to my trimming job. Still working on it. But as you can see, I mean, the bark is pretty much set, and I'm happy with that, okay? Decided to add a foiled split to it because I wanted to protect that flat side because it's starting to get a little dark on me, and I don't want it to get too dark with the possibility of some overcooking with it. So a good method when you start to get some pulling is bone up some foil and put it under there and then prop it up, so that way as it's cooking you're going to get that bark set, and you may still have some pull in there, but it's perfectly okay. So yeah, I'm gonna close this back up and go from there. All right, so I just wanted to show a quick little part. So when you're adding splits to it, you see how I got my coil bag going. Started to slack a little bit, so what I did was I just pushed 2 briquettes B&B to the fire. They've been warmed up. As you can see, got them sitting right here. And that helps it ignite, but not fully, but it won't smother because of the briquettes being warm. As you see, I still got 1 split right here. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm hoping that the last bit of this cook, these 2 splits will be enough fuel before I pull this brisket off to hold into the fridge for 24 hours. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys something that I like to do when it comes to the mini slinger. Full size, you obviously have the advantage with the 2 fire boxes to preheat more wood than this, but this works for me, and hopefully it gives you some input on warming your wood for your fire if you're wanting to run splits like I do. All right, I just took this thing off. It's about 160, 165, give or take the pro placement. And just look at that bark, man. It absolutely looks phenomenal. I'm truly excited about this method. So I'm gonna let this cool, come down to temp to about 140, 145. I'm gonna wrap it loosely in foil, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow.